How was this first part?
Good.
What'd you get for a fraction from Model A? Raise your hand. Let's do it one by one. Fozzie. Take it straight down. For Model A, what's the decimal? 5%. How did you write it? Did you use colon or did you use over under? Either way, it's fine. Raise your hand if you did it this way. Can you do me a favor and write it this way as well? Because it's going to come in handy when we start taking a look at similarities and differences.
Ooh.
It's getting recorded right now. The bug does not come up on the recording, so when you go on and go check it out tonight, you see a bunch of these circles, but you won't see the bug.
Crafting circle.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. Circle. I'll tell you something.
Alright, what about Model B? Okay, Val. Decimal. Let's do it over under. It's going to come in handy when we do the bottom and look at similarities. Model C. Yeah, so. Did anybody get 44?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you have to count carefully. It's 40.
What?
Yeah, it's 40.
I also got
I saw a lot of 44s yesterday. Sometimes it helps if you put a dot or put a line through it as you count it. But you can recount it later, but trust me, it's 40. Good, so. And over under, let's just rewrite it. Okay, well, what I want you to start to see the connection of, because this should be routine. Take a look at, we'll get to the bottom here in a minute, but the decimal and the percent. How do you change a decimal to a percent? What's the procedure for doing it? And I want you to get very accustomed to it, because it's a shortcut every time if you know it. First. Even a shorter cut than that. Something having to do with what you did with the decimal. Video. Say it one more time. It's not so much as getting rid of the decimal. You're not getting rid of it, but you are doing something with it. Marcus.
You move the decimal to the right twice.
Correct. You're moving the decimal twice to the right and then making it a percent. So for instance, if I give you 0.68 without even thinking about it, what is that as a percent? 68%. You move it twice and then put the percent sign. But we're not getting rid of it. Because look, watch. What if I did this? As a percent, what is 0.125? Then, right, if we get rid of it, you would make it 125%, but it's not 125%. You move the decimal twice this way, to the right, drop the rock again, add a percent sign, and you'll always get it right. Now what about going the other way? 18% as a decimal. 100. 1, 2. And what does it become as a decimal after I drop the rock? Correct. Okay. And that also comes in handy because of watch, because this was an issue yesterday as well. 6% as a decimal. Joseph. Correct. So I saw a lot of you take 6% yesterday and make that 0.6. 6% is not 0.6. It's 0.06. which is the next page. Okay? As a matter of fact, what is 0.6 as a percent? That's it. Right, if you move it this way, and then you always move it twice, and it moves into emptiness, I always say, these are little nests. You gotta fill the empty nest with an egg. That helps too, so it becomes 60%. When you go this way, you're dropping the egg here in the tens place. Alright, so get used to that next week. What we're gonna do next week, you're not gonna have a cube. You're gonna do a sprint. You had sprints in 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
Half the sprints, half of it is going to be this, changing decimals to percents or percents to decimals. When the other half, I'll kind of explain to you next week because we haven't done it yet. Well, we kind of sort of are getting into it. It's more part of lesson 25. Okay, so now let's go back to this. Okay, let's look at fractions. Let's look at ratios. I'll color code it. Fractions and ratios. What can we say? Okay. And the same. What else? Yeah, they're exactly the same. A ratio and a fraction are very, very closely connected. You may have something here that's true but different from what I have. So whatever's different from what I'm putting up here, add it to whatever that you have. Because what you have may be true, but the real connection that I want you guys to start making is what I put up here. All right, what about decimals and fractions? Circle fraction again. And then after you come up with something, I'm going to show you something that I kind of want to get to. JT. Okay, I'll take that. I'll write that down. One more other thing I want to show you that's kind of cool. You say it the same way. You got it. You say it the same way. When you say this, you don't really say 0.34. You say this 34 hundredths place value. That rings a bell, 5th grade. And then this is 34 hundredths. So you say it the same way. All right, so numerator and decimal are the same. And more importantly, is you say it the same way. I'll let you get caught up with that. All right, what about fractions and percents? So fraction again, this is our percent, kind of the same thing, decimal again. Fine.
Fraction. They all go out 100.
True. What else? Andrew? True. Again, there are things that you may have that are accurate, but even on just the basic level, and it's very similar to what we said at number 2 about decimals and fractions. Marcus?
The numerator is the percent.
Correct. Like what you guys said is correct also, but the things that I'm stressing to you here are things that will come into play in future lessons. But I kind of want you to realize and connect, or make a connection with. And then with number 4, it's kind of like what I was showing you with what you're doing with the decimal. take a look at the decimal and the percent. I'm running out of colors. I'll do red, I guess. No, I'll do green. Decimal and percent. What are you doing with the decimal to make it a percent? Okay. Decimal to percent. You do what? Actually, watch what I'm going to do. Do you have space in the bottom? You don't, do you?
Yeah, a little.
I have a lot more than you do. I don't know if you're going to be able to squeeze this in here, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Decimal to percent, you do what to the decimal? Joe. Which direction? Guess what I'm doing on the other side? Hannah? From what to what? Let's say it, Hannah. Got it. Circle it, star it, highlight it. So I want you to really know it. It's such an easy shortcut if you know the rule. And it's one of those rare times where I tell you, you don't have to show the work if you know the rule. So take advantage of that. Fundamental, important. Page 8. You had to do 9 also, right? You had a lot of homework last night. My dad can't teach you. Just keep piling it on. It's an important page, though. Okay, let's continue. You have to shade 70 boxes. I'm going to take the shortcut, and if you wanted to do this as well, I would be okay with it. Just be careful and make sure that if you want to, when you get to the, in this case, it's just, it's 3, 4, 7 columns, but let's say it's 75%, and you have to do 5 more. Just be careful that you shade exactly 5 above whatever it is that requires the shading. In this case, it's all seven rows. That is the fraction 70 over 100. As a decimal now, hopefully you're getting the routine of this 0.70 or 700ths. Number 4, I saw a lot of different answers yesterday. It is representing in words. The unshaded is the amount of students who did not get an A. That's the way I want you to write that. No, it would be the students that did not get an A. I thought it said did, but did not get an A is 30%. That's 0. It's a fraction. I don't have a lot of room here, but I'll squeeze it in over here. Plus I'm on full screen. Then number 8 is another question that I want you to make sure you have it written right. If you get it right, 5 would have all students. But I would take 100, but all students is fine. %, is the entire grid. As a decimal, what is 100%? Phil, 1.00. Just look, remember the rule, if you're moving it twice to the left, and then as a fraction, 100 over 100, but if you put down 1 whole, I would take that too. It's all related, it's all connected. Alright, so you have 15 minutes to get through as many problems as you can. If you are not advanced, you can skip advanced. So, let's see. You know what? Why don't we do this? Skip page 10. Because the coloring takes too long. And then what's left?
11, 12, 13, 14.
Well, there's the advanced, right? It's all advanced.
And then the problem.
Alright, so look, why don't we do this? I want to do lesson 25 next period. We're done with 24. I want to move on. But let me lay out exactly what to do here. We can hit pause on this.